In business, you have to tell people about yourself and what you're selling. Welcome back to the Keys Podcast. I'm your host, Lillian Hernandez, but you can call me Lilly. And in this episode, we're talking about marketing. If you're anything like me and you want to grow your business in 2026 and beyond, you definitely can't just rely on luck or word of mouth or even hoping people somehow will find you. Believe me, I've tried that. My arrogance got the best of me and I almost lost my entire business. We don't want to go through that, okay? I definitely don't want to go through that again, which is why I'm sharing these 3 major tips with you that I'm going to execute on, and I would like for you all to execute if you're having trouble marketing your business. So these 3 tips are something to consider as well as take action on. And when you fully master these 3 things, you don't just attract more customers, you definitely build a business that people trust, they talk about, and keep coming back to. That's what we want, right? Recurring business, steady streams of income, overflowing streams of income. I know I want that. So let's jump into it. So the first tip is focusing on having clear and consistent messaging. Many of you follow me because of my real estate content, and that's because I've been consistent with relaying topics surrounded by and rooted in real estate. So I was able to branch off and do some other conversations around business, mindset, even marketing, education, budgeting, because I have my overarching topic, which is real estate. Then I can give you transaction coordination, business tips, mindset, but it's all consistent and clear because that's what it's rooted in. So I want to position myself as the go-to for said topic or business. So when people want help or training or just have general questions, I'm top of mind. When I show up online on social media with this podcast, I'm pushing out a lot of the same content, but I'm packaging it in a different manner that is still clear and consistent with my message and my target audience. But if I stray away from it and start talking about food and fashion, people are going to be confused and not look at me as a go-to. They're going to say, is she a coach or is she just sharing her lifestyle? I'm so confused. I don't know. I'm just going to go to the next person. So if you were thinking all of your content had to be this original, different piece of content, or your ads or your email marketing or your DMs had to be different, no. The overall theme and topics that you're serving and servicing and providing and selling just have to be related, and you have to consistently relay that message over and over again. Believe me, I have worked in the real estate industry for 21 plus years as a transaction coordinator. But my family, my friends, even my community members, they still think I work in lending or that I'm a notary. I'm none of those things. I have my real estate license, and they always go, "Oh, you sell real estate, right?" No. I laugh because no matter how many times you say it, people will still get it wrong, but they refer to me and associate me with real estate. So no matter how they found me, they still found me. And then when we're one-on-one or in a smaller group setting, I can then clarify what my messaging and what it is I'm serving or selling to said person or group of people. So you don't have to focus on everything about real estate. You can narrow it down to your city, your county, your state, and just talk about that 100 times. Make one long vlog and then make 100 clips from that if you're going to utilize social media. But we'll get into the social media aspect of things later on in this episode. I want to move on to the next tip. Community is key. Not followers, not subscribers, not even paid customers. Because when I'm constantly selling and only talking about the bottom line or how much I made, that's not going to be the best business strategy for me. And personally, when I'm watching someone or when I choose to follow someone or subscribe or even purchase from them, it's because I can relate to them. It's because I'm interacting with another human. So not only do I want to position myself as an expert in my field, but I want to surround myself with like-minded individuals, whether they pay or not. I want them to know that I'm here to help them. I'm here to advocate for them. I'm here to answer questions. And vice versa. Hey, I need your help. I need your support. Let's build this business together. Watch me do it from the ground up. Follow my journey. I want to share my 21 plus years of expertise with you all during this live stream. I'm going to start a podcast that's for free and give you all of the free knowledge and game that I've learned over the years on a weekly basis, because that's how much I yearn for community and to reach the people more than I do $1. Of course, I want to make money. We all need to. We need it to survive. We need it to thrive, and our livelihood depends on it. But the basis of my business is not built on the dollar amount. That's just one aspect of this. And having a community, a loyal, respectful community, will take you further than just having an email list, a group of followers that you don't talk to, that you don't interact with, that you don't DM or message or email on a weekly basis. But if you have a community of people when you're first getting started and you remember those calls, those discovery calls that you've had with them where they were struggling and they needed your help the most, because once you start growing and expanding, those stories are going to start to fade into the distance. But those people that you helped, those people that you reached, whether it was for free or a discounted rate or even fully paid, they're going to remember you because you made a positive impact in their life. You didn't force them to buy anything. You didn't force them to promote your business. You just had a solid and honest interaction with them. And they probably told someone that they know, hey, go follow this podcast. Go schedule a call with Lillian. She has a great coaching business. That goes further than you constantly trying to make a sale with every single post or email or text message, commercial, however you decide to market yourself. Prioritizing community over the numbers. Even prioritizing community over logos, over brand sayings and quotes. If I'm not aligned with my messaging, if my content or my messaging or how I present myself, even when I'm not working, isn't aligned with what I'm selling or preaching or sharing, it's going to all fall to the wayside and it's not going to stick and it's not going to build trust. So community is key. Community is going to hold you down when you're feeling your lowest. Community is going to uplift you. Community is going to be the people that you can reach out to, ask for help, to run polls, to ask for feedback. I love a journey and I love a transformation. There are so many people I follow, some I even pay to follow because I'm that invested in them as a human. I'll watch their content on a weekly basis. I'll listen to their podcast. And some have valuable information. Others I genuinely just love to support. And that's the type of business I consistently need and want to run. And if that is the same for you, then make community a priority. Community is so key. I mean, they become your advocates. You advocate for them. It's a beautiful cycle that I love. And I'm so grateful I realized I was missing in the last couple of years. I ran my business strictly off referrals. I didn't know these people. They just knew me by my work. But when I started this podcast and my YouTube channel, I realized people don't really know me. And I'm not reaching the people that I want to reach. So let me just start sharing my story, sharing my behind the scenes and see what happens. And so far, so good. Which brings me into my next and final major tip is create and serve to provide a solution. All of our businesses should be filling a gap, providing a need, alleviating people of stress, providing them with more time, ease. So if your main way of promoting and marketing yourself is through social media, make sure that your content aligns not just with your message, builds community, but also solves a problem, provides a solution. And then you can really start creating content, picking the platform you want to use. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X, Snapchat, your website, a newsletter, a podcast. Sky's the limit. You can buy ads, you can buy billboards, you can buy digital billboards at a baseball game, a basketball game. I have even seen people wrap their cars. There are so many ways that you can market yourself, but I think if we all follow these 3 steps and then start creating the content, it'll make so much more sense for you as well and not be so stressful of, oh my God, what am I going to post now? What do I say? What do I do? When you already know what it is, the story that you're telling, the journey that you have them on, then it'll be so much easier to create that content because the ideas will just start flowing. You can even start with one piece of content that asks a question and have your audience dictate the next post. Because that's who we're serving. I can give you guys all the information. I can talk about my journey all I want, but if it's not providing you all with a solution or an answer, guidance, clear direction, you're not going to follow me anymore. You're not going to listen anymore. You're not going to trust me. So once you've gotten your clear message, you know the community that you want to serve, and you've decided on the main platform you want to focus on, or maybe you're someone that wants to focus on all of them. It's up to you. You can create short videos, educational posts, behind the scenes, how-tos. Just make sure that they are aligned with your messaging, the community you're serving, and the desired outcome you want. That is aligned with who you are as a business person, as a business, and why you're doing this in the first place. And don't be afraid to rinse and repeat, talking about the same things over and over again until it's ingrained in people's minds. Because the internet is so quick and fast and on to the next. So if you wake up and just decide, I'm going to make 100 posts about the same topic and just keep reposting and reusing this content until it hits. I'm going to schedule it out for the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 4 months, whatever your timeline is, and see what happens. But I'm also going to continue to reach out to my community, ask questions, reply to comments. Don't forget that either. If you're using social media or even email marketing, respond back to your comments. Of course, make sure it's not a bot, but respond back to your comments. DM people directly. Go into the groups on Facebook and see who's hurting, who needs the most help. Give them that olive branch. Say, hey, I just wanted to introduce myself. This is what I do. If you're interested, here's my calendar. Most of you have met me because I've done that on Facebook. And it's not to be salesy or anything. I've spoken to so many of you off the strength of you just needed a listening ear. And maybe that's not the best practice for those that are trying to make money. But for me, that's not what I'm leading with. I know the money's going to find me in some way, shape, or form. And based on how I show up, who I show up for. But if someone just needs a listening ear for that moment, I'm going to provide that. That's okay. And if this podcast that I'm doing for free also helps someone, even better. But you have to decide who you're talking to, what you're going to say, and be relentless about posting about it. And do not ignore your clients, your customers, your community in that process. This is a two-way street. Strangers pay our bills. I heard that the other day. I forgot who said it. But strangers pay our bills. Isn't that wild? Even if your parents or your loved ones, your significant other pays your bills, a stranger paid them to make the money to pay your bills. Okay? So be kind to strangers. You never know what people are going through. Continue to build community, have a clear, concise message, and provide a solution. Let me know how it goes. Let me know what platform you're on. Follow me on social media at Transaction Care across all platforms. I'm also building out the Keys podcast social medias right now, so bear with me. And you can also visit my website, LillianHernandez.com. That's where everything's going to live. That's going to be my main hub for not just this show, but my coaching business and services, as well as just how to reach me if you ever just need to discuss business, mindset, all that good stuff. But I hope these tips have helped you. I'm excited to see how this pans out for the end of the year and the rest of 2026 and beyond. Feel free to email me, thekeyswork@gmail.com, so we can talk about these things. And I would love to connect with you. Schedule a free discovery call. Yes, I said free. I understand the importance of having a free discovery call. I could have charged. I thought about it. I've even tried it. But I realized I've been on the other side of those discovery calls where I just needed help and I needed to talk to someone for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, and it goes a long way. So schedule a free discovery call with me. If you're interested in further coaching and coaching opportunities with me, I have that as well, but no pressure. Just schedule the discovery call and we'll go from there. And keep me posted how things are going. Again, check in if you need to. I'm here. My name is Lillian Hernandez, and this has been another episode of the Keys Podcast. New episodes every Monday unless it's a holiday and or I say no episode this week, okay? We are gearing up for the new year, depending on when you're listening to this. If it is already the new year, how are things going? Reach out. But until the next episode, I'm giving you the keys. There are no gatekeepers here. Talk soon. Oh, and if you're still here, this is actually a 5-part mini-series I'm doing that are based on the 5 pillars that have held up my business in the last 7+ years. So give them a listen. It's episodes 80 through 85, and 85 will mark the 3-year anniversary.